Okay, so we're going to take your Fusion 360 file and run it through the make process, go into CubePro, build it, and end up with a CubePro file that's going to then be printed on our 3D printer. First thing, if you haven't gone to cubify.com to the CubePro Activate page, which is this page, and down to the software Mac version, to download the DMG for the CubePro, you need to do that first. There's also a link in Blackboard. This is where you're headed. Once you get that and install it, you're going to want to open it. Yes, I would like to open, please. Excellent. Once you open your CubePro, you're going to go into Settings and Printer Configuration. You need to tell it that you have 3 jets for your CubePro. That's the one that we have. And you're going to tell it the color that you want this object to be. You're going to change this at any time when you decide you would like to print something else in a different color. We have black, white, blue, green, magenta, and yellow in ABS and in PLA. So let's say I'd like this to be ABS blue. All we need is 1 print jet at this time. We're not doing multiple colors. We're not doing a second color for the supports. We're just going to do 1 color for now. Then say OK. Once you have that set, then you can go open your Fusion 360 and open your file that you would like to print. Okie dokie. If you have more than 1 body on your platform and you only want to print 1 of them, you can hide the other ones, just get them out of the way temporarily, and select the body that you would like to be printing. In fact, select the whole body that we would like to print. Then go to Make, and this is where you're going to put your 3D printing settings. You want to preview your mesh. This will turn all blue and meshy. You can go with it a little bit, you can see. It will give you a number of triangles. Please note, if you do this on high, and we'll wait for a minute to create all its triangles, you will have far too many triangles for what you need. Notice I have almost 200,000 triangles for this little vase. And if we go to low, which is fine for what we're doing, we only have 23,000 triangles. Let's go with that one. Don't worry about the refinement options at this time. That's what's getting controlled by this. Your output, sent to 3D print utility, and of the options, we're going to use a custom option, and that custom option, you're going to click on Application, and then go find CubePro. Now you can see that I've done that already for mine, but this is where you go. CubePro, not Cubify. Open, and then you should be all set to hit OK. It will send that file to the CubePro software. Helps to have it already open, just really quick. Then note that you need to be in Home, and we need to orient your object on the platform in a way that means you won't need that many supports. If I left this here, you can see I would need lots of supports here and more supports on the inside to support all of these surfaces as they're being printed. Rather than do that, I simply need to reorient my object 90 degrees on the x-axis. Bloop. There we go. Now it's all upright. Not a problem. If I need to scale my object, some of you are going to need to scale it up or scale it down, mostly down. Let's say I wanted it 80%. Type in the 80%, hit scale. Great. Say I want to scale it back up. Do 20%, scale back up. Great. And your scaling is from whatever point it is when you hit scale, not from its original size. So if you scale it down 80% and then you want to bring it back to 100, you can't just put in 100. You have to increase the size. Okay, so there's that. There's our ABS blue that we chose earlier. Now I'm going over here to Build, and it will give me some options. We're just going to go for draft mode here. We're going to go with 300, some supports for the print strength, and we can go with crosshatch, that'll be fine. So that'll be a really rudimentary mode, nothing too detailed. If we do something down the line that needs more detail, gears that need to fit together, something that's a finished product, then we can change that. But for now, we're going with draft. We don't need sidewalk material for most of our projects, so I'm going to put that on none. And I designed this so I don't think I need support materials. I could be wrong. If I printed this, I would need to watch it for a little bit, but that will give me those options. If you have a handle, if you have some part of it that closes off over the top flat, you're going to need some support. If that's the case, you would do that by selecting the material here. So I'll just build this with supports. And points seem to work for the last few prints that we did, so I would go with points as opposed to lines. It does say lines for flat surfaces and points for the curved surfaces, i.e. some of the curved handles we've had. So just something to bear in mind. I'm going to build. I'm going to give it a title. So name underscore color material. That's the name you need to use. Okay, put it somewhere you can find it. Do OK. Now, when you get to this point, it'll take just a minute or two to do the build. If it's more complex, it'll take longer. This one's pretty simple. This is important information. Take a screenshot here. You're going to put this in your blog and you're going to put it in the folder with the file so that I know what I'm dealing with when I go to print this. Bear in mind how much material you're going to use, how long it's going to take. It's not completely accurate, but it's an estimate. Okie dokie. Once you hit OK, it's going to load all of this information and create the file for us. This also takes a minute. Don't stop this process halfway through. Don't close your laptop and wander off. Just make sure you have enough time to finish it. Okay, and then you can zoom in and just take a look and see that this is all built. Beautiful. Okie dokie. You should have your file. There's my file. There's my screenshot that goes with my file. These two things will then be going into your Google Docs folder for this class so that I can access them. We need that to happen by the end of class on Tuesday. So there you go. That's the challenge and all the fun. Not a problem.